A girl's night out will ruin more relationships than a guy's night out ever will. And here's why. And today we are diving deeper into the facts behind it. Guys' nights are pretty simple. Pool, sports, maybe a strip club. But here's the truth. Men do not walk into a bar with endless attention waiting for them. Women do. Attractive women are approached far more frequently in nightlife settings, while men rarely are. A woman steps into a club and it's instantly free drinks, compliments, attention, validation. The offers, they don't stop. And while not every single woman cheats, I understand that. Psychology proves that repeated exposure to temptation increases the likelihood of emotional or physical boundaries being crossed. And alcohol, which lowers inhibition and impairs judgment, and you've got a breeding ground for mistakes that can cost any relationship. That's why it's dishonest to act like guys' night and girls' night are the same. They're not. Men go out for release and relaxation. Women walk into what's essentially a marketplace of male attention. The dynamics have never been equal. Pretending they are is how couples get blindsided. So no, it's not the same. Girls' night out carries way more risk, more temptation, and more opportunity for emotional damage than a guy's night ever will. And ignoring that reality is exactly why girls' night has ended so many relationships. What do you think? Equal or not? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate about it.
Oh man. Hey, listen, you ain't hear from a man, or you ain't heard from a man yet. You ain't hear it from a man yet, but she makes a great point. And she kind of just nipped the argument in the bud off rip, where she says that, listen, you mean to tell me that y'all think girls' night out is the same as a man's night out? That is false. Because just off the strength of men going to clubs to look for some booty, you have your chances of being able to get any man you want is through the freaking roof. It is through the roof. And these are one of the issues that men have with their girlfriends and their wives and their little daughters, as to why they don't want them to be going to parties and going to clubs, because they understand what men intentions are. And when you're going anywhere that's involved in a party, an event at night, but best believe, man, you're asking for something to happen. You're just asking for something to happen, man. And women try to be disingenuous. They try to be gullible, and they try to tell you, man, you can't police me. Oh, well, men shouldn't be this, men shouldn't be that. These women will complain rather than make a change. Once again, guys, I love this. I love that she brings this up, man, because there was a video that I made a couple of years ago back on this channel, and it was about a guy and his girlfriend, and they had an argument about his girlfriend going to some party, and he's like, man, look, no, it's not going to happen. And I don't even want to have this conversation with you. I don't want to have this conversation with you. You do not go to that party, right? And he told her, he made it very clear, if you go out, best believe this relationship is over. I'm done with you. So she ended up saying, okay, cool, whatever, right? It is what it is. Yeah, I got you. He tries to contact her later on that night. He can't get to her. Fast forward, wake up, like, I think it was either Saturday morning or Sunday morning, wake up at 4:00 in the morning. And I'm, like I said, I'm gonna try to see if I can put the actual transcript or form up here so y'all can actually see it. But she ended up calling him, at 4:00 in the morning. He could not reach her all day, by the way. They had the argument. Then after the argument, he'd been trying to contact her. He could not reach her. She calls him at 4:00 in the morning. Dude's freaking deep sleep, right? Dude over here counting sheep in his sleep. And she's crying and all on the phone, sobbing. And she tells the boyfriend something that no man wants to ever hear. Well, I just got beat up, just got jumped, and I got raped, right? And it wasn't just by one man, it was by multiple men. I mean, that's something to wake up to at 4:00 in the morning. To hear that from somebody that you love, that's wild, right? That's wild. But see, here's the thing, right? I know some people, look, like, here's the issue with this, right? Here's the issue. Of course, your women, right, will stop the story right there and say, oh, no. There's no more. We don't need to be going anymore. We need to find those men. Instead of actually at least holding this woman accountable. You need to hold this woman accountable. But the second you start to pry in, the second you start to ask these women questions so you can kind of understand the full story here, the second they start to see that you're going to start questioning them, start asking them like, okay, well, hold on, why did you do this? Well, why couldn't you? Well, you could have just done this. And the first thing that'll come out of women's mouth is your well, not your policing, but you're victim blaming. You're victim blaming. But it's like, ma'am, you could have gotten yourself out of this situation. Now, people, I ain't done with the story yet. So she gets jumped and, have some men do some things with her. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody asking, how did she even find herself in that situation? Well, long story short, after they had an argument and she wasn't responding to this guy, she was planning to still go to that party. She still went to that party and decided to go with a group of men. She decided to go to the party with a group of men. And, long story short, some stuff happened to her, and this is where we, fast forward, get to the 4:00 in the morning where we had that conversation. And this is the ridiculous stuff. So the guy ended up breaking up with the chick because, as I told you earlier, not something that a man wants to deal with. The guy breaks up with the chick. Then she starts to cry and complain, and she is playing victim, right? And of course, he decides to post it online, and try to get people's opinion about it, and everybody's mad at him. They're like, why would you want to leave her at her most vulnerable moment? But see, here's the issue. He tried to keep her away from that. But see, here's the issue though. When you try to tell women to just be smart about some of the things that you do, they don't want to listen. They do not want to listen whatsoever. And men are to blame for that. Somehow, some way, men are to blame for that. Why? Why are men to blame for that? That's nobody's fault but yours. You decide to put yourself in that situation. So before you can sit here and start to point fingers, just make sure that you point the fingers right back at yourself and say, hey, well, listen, I decided to put myself in this situation. I apologize. And you reap what you sow after that. If he doesn't want to deal with you, he doesn't want to deal with you, because women keep forgetting that if something tragic happens to you, it doesn't just affect you, ma'am. It affects the man. But because when you're talking about a situation like rape, it all has to be about the woman. When you're talking about a woman who's in a relationship with another man, it all has to be about the woman, because the second a man gets upset, and complains about a woman who essentially is a victim in the situation, but he is like, dog, you could have avoided this. I've been telling you this. They will then try to cop please. They will then try to play victim. It doesn't work. It never works. But here's another guy who's going to break it down and kind of give you a reason as to why you don't want to deal with women who like to party, who likes to be in a nightlife, especially in your 20s, man.
Girls' night out. I want to know what you guys think about it. I'm going to share my opinion on this. This is going for some women, not all, because I know some of you ladies are going to go fucking ape shit crazy and telling me, don't put all women in a box. We're not all like that. Okay, we get it, sweetie. You're an angel. Don't let the halo choke you on wherever you're coming from, okay? But some women, they will wear an outfit for the boyfriend, okay? Making believe this is what she's gonna wear going out. It's not revealing, okay? She has everything covered. And then when she gets to her girl's house, you know what she's gonna do? She's gonna change into the outfit that she's gonna wear going out, bro. I'm talking about skimpy. I'm talking about slutty. She just don't want you to know about it, bro, okay? And this is how women work. They'll save that slutty outfit at their girlfriend's house. They'll change and thinking that you will never know, bro, okay? She's leaving in something classy. Oh, okay, nothing's showing. Bro, I know some girls that have done this, not all, okay? I had a consultation with the dude. You could tell his girl was cheating on him behind his back, okay? She went out for a birthday weekend, 3 days, with her girlfriends, didn't even invite her boyfriend that she claimed she loved. And I told him, what do you think she's doing out for those 3 weekends, bro? Are you fucking kidding me, dude? You think she's being loyal to you? Okay? And just based off his situation, this girl wasn't good to him. She kept breaking up with him, coming back to him, and I told him, she's cheating on you, bro. She's breaking up with you so she can go cheat, and then she comes back to Mr. Dependable, Mr. Comfort, Mr. Pendejo, which is you, bro, okay? You're the comfort zone, because she knows she could walk all over you. She can have you whenever she wants. She can have all these girls' night out. I have no problem with a girls' night out, because a woman knows if she violates me, we're f***ing done, okay? And I will find out. I ain't a cuck. I ain't stupid like most of these other beta males, okay, who think that their girls are fucking sweet little angels, which most of them aren't, okay? If a woman respects you, she will be loyal to you. She ain't gonna violate you, bro, okay? But this man that I did a consultation with, she wasn't loyal to him. She was playing possum with him, okay? And I could tell she was doing shady shit behind his back. And not only that, she downplayed his aspiration of joining the military, and she made him stay with her and told him, oh, you're not doing that. Oh, you're not joining the military. If any girl tries downplaying or talking shit about your goals and aspiration as a man, you leave her, bro. That ain't a good quality woman, because a good quality woman will support you in whatever you're doing within legal rights, okay? That is a good quality woman. She'll be there. She'll support you. She'll help you any way possible to make it to where you have to go in life, bro.
Once again, guys, I mean, this is another guy who's a dating coach. He's having issues with your guys who are just, it seems like he's dealing with a bunch of simps, right? For the fact that, you know this girl is over here running game on you and you're still dealing with her. Come on, man. Come on now. But, hey, shout out to this lady, because she's making sense, and she decides to make another video because, of course, she got a lot of comments about the video. And, of course, she, some people had issues with what she had to say, but here's what else she had to say.
Here's my hot take on a girls' night. Girls' night is not girls' night. Please stop lying. Dressing up in skimpy outfits, saying I'm doing it for my girls, I worked hard all week, I deserve this. No, you're not. You're actually chasing outside validation and attention from men who are not your husband or your boyfriend. Let's be real. That is not empowerment. That is pure disrespect. This has nothing to do with insecurity at all. This is about respect. Respect for your man, respect for your relationship, respect for yourself. If you're fully committed, why put yourself in an environment built on alcohol, hooking up, and sexual attention? You do not go fishing where you do not intend to catch. A real girls' night, in my opinion, that is pajamas, movies, laughs, deep talks, maybe some wine, not parading around bars, clubs, or where single people are on the prowl. Call it for what it is, temptation and destruction. If you think that's innocent fun, then you do not have the first clue about loyalty. Respect is a choice, and choosing to avoid those places is how you prove where your loyalty really.
So, I mean, hey guys, listen, shout out to her, right? Shout out to her. She makes a lot of sense. And for women to think that a man's night out and a woman's night out is the same, it's not. A woman night out, you have so many sharks in the sea, and a man is worried about that. And instead of women just simply respecting that, they will want to sit here and shame you for it and say that, well, you're insecure, you're this, you're that. And once again, I just told y'all the story about a guy who girlfriend got raped, and they all want to bash this man because he left the situation, because once again, he doesn't want to have to deal with that trauma. He does not want to have to deal with that trauma. He doesn't want to have to deal with, sadly, a woman who has been tainted because of a situation she could have avoided. It would be a different story if that was all in the house and somebody broke in the house and he would still be in that situation. But when you're talking about something that you could have easily avoided, now you just cause trauma for both of us that I don't even want to have to deal with. So, I mean, y'all guys, let me know down below what y'all guys think. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.